Back in 2021, Nike did something weird. It was called Project Fearless, and on the surface, it seemed an admirable mission statement: to keep runners running by providing them with the tools to stay healthy. Who wouldn't want that, right? Delving deeper, things got interesting. Nike seemed to be trying to bury the notion that motion control or stability shoes helped to reduce injury. At the time, Nike was launching the first iteration of the ZoomX Invincible Run and the React Infinity Run, and in doing so used a self-denigration tactic with the Nike Air Zoom Structure 22, the very shoe I was wearing at the time, as its sacrificial lamb. Nike claimed that these new shoes reduced running injuries by a whopping 52% compared to the Nike Structure 22. Having worn Nike Structures for years, this research by the Nike Sports Research Lab, which was claimed to be an external study, but it's hard to find any independent verification of the results. So let's just call it a marketing tactic. It kind of pissed me off, and I had assumed that the Structure range would be killed off in favour of these shinier new models. Well, fast forward to 2026, and it's the Nike Infinity and Nike Invincibles lines that actually died. The Structure line not only survived, but it was a key part of Nike's running shoe restructure alongside the Vomero and the Pegasus lines, and will eventually see 3 Structure shoes in their product lineup. The core, currently the Structure 26, the Structure Plus, and the Structure Premium. The Structure Plus has just been released. I've been using them for a few weeks now, and I've got some thoughts. I bought the Nike Structure Plus with my own money, so all the things I'm going to say about them is my own opinion. Being a small YouTube channel, buying these products to review gets quite expensive. One way you can help my channel at no cost to you is if you are buying anything from Amazon, please consider using my referral links in the description. I get a small kickback, which honestly mounts up and helps me keep improving the channel and buying products to bring you independent reviews. Oh, and also remember to like and subscribe, which also really helps. So now back to my thoughts on the Nike Structure Plus. First things first, aesthetically, I think the Nike Structure Plus looks great. I really like this green to purple gradient upper of my pair, and I think the visual design across the range shows a bit of flair, which was not really something you could say historically about the more functional Structure lineup. It's also finally great to see Nike's premium ZoomX foam making its debut in the Structure line with the Structure Plus, with a top layer of ZoomX sitting on a bottom layer of ReactX. Though with Nike calling different formulations of ZoomX just ZoomX, it's not immediately clear which formulation they've chosen to use here. The Structure Plus is a comfortable shoe. It's got a plush fit, a nicely padded non-gusseted tongue, though not quite as padded as one on my favourite shoes of 2025, another Nike Plus shoe, the Vomero Plus. I am a flat-footed runner, hence why I keep an interest in the stability shoe segment, and as I've said, on the foot, it's a comfortable shoe. It's plenty wide enough in the midfoot with a comfortable build, and the stability features do not feel too intrusive. However, it is a weighty beast. My UK 13 weighs in at just shy of 397 grams. This compares to 374 grams for the last Nike Structure shoe I bought, which are these, the 24 model. They are also about 15 grams heavier than the Vomero Plus in a matching UK 13 size. They are also about 20 grams heavier than another stability shoe in my collection, the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2, which weigh 376 grams. And here lies the first issue I have with the Structure Plus. There is no getting away from how heavy these feel on the foot. Nike decided to go for a max stack approach with the Structure Plus, making these a massive 42mm in the heel and 32mm in the forefoot for a 10mm drop. That is a 4mm increase on the core Structure 26 and a whopping 15mm compared to my last pair, the Structure 24s. While 20 grams might not seem like much compared to the other pairs I've mentioned, this weight doesn't feel anywhere near as well distributed as with the other shoes. They feel incredibly bottom heavy. I really wanted to like these shoes. I don't buy shoes to slate them. I don't have that kind of disposable income. I buy shoes with the genuine hope that they will offer me something. I had hoped that the Structure Plus would absorb most of my training kilometres as I build towards the London Marathon in late April, but out on runs, being brutally honest, I've had no enjoyment running in them. For me, the Zoom X foam brings nothing to the party. They feel hard, stiff and heavy, with little to no discernible cushioning or response despite the stack height. And while we're talking about the stack height, it just feels like the only thing that is adding is weight. The transition from the heel to the toe is quite frankly terrible. The heel bevel that looks like it's been drawn with a protractor doesn't provide a smooth transition from the heel to the midfoot, and the shoe is so stiff that there isn't really any feeling of propulsion into the forefoot for a smooth takeoff. So if you both land and take off on the midfoot, these might work for you, but if you have any sort of transition through the foot, these are a real challenge. Two things that do work well are the midfoot support system. I certainly didn't feel any pronation issues while wearing the shoe, so there is that. And also the grip. I've been wearing the Structure Plus during the winter and during some quite frosty conditions, and the grip has been excellent. But that is about it. I can't help but feel that Nike have misjudged some things here with the Structure Plus. Favouring a max stack approach, I think, is the wrong move, which has resulted in a heavy, stiff shoe. One that feels more of a backward step than a forwards one, especially when you look at some of the competition in this segment. I think Nike would have been better sticking with the 38mm to 28mm heel to toe stack of the Structure 26, or even a slight reduction to that of something like 33 to 25, like on the Saucony Tempest 2. All while maintaining the Structure Plus's level of ZoomX and perhaps reducing the React X further. I think this might have given the shoe both the weight saving to make it feel more nimble and less rigid, and also given it a more enjoyable rocker and transition through the foot. I've actually stopped wearing the Structure Plus already, and I've dug out my 2025 shoe bust of the year, which was the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2, back out the back of the wardrobe. I awarded it Bust of the Year because of its lack of cushioning in the tongue, which caused me some extensor tendinopathy issues, which almost derailed my Valencia Marathon training last year. However, I added some more cushioning to the tongue in the form of these tongue pads off Amazon, which seem to have resolved that problem. That issue resolved, the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2 are night and day a better stability shoe than the Nike Structure Plus. They feel more nimble and responsive, benefiting from a full supercritical foam midsole, and despite only being 20 grams lighter than the Structure Plus, feel a lot lighter on the actual foot. Puma's run guide system gives me the stability I need, keeping my pronation under control. The rocker, while not being aggressive, works. The heel to the midfoot has more curve and flow than the angular Structure Plus, and I've found the transitions through the foot on those slower daily kilometers a million times better in the Pumas. Add to the fact that the Nike Structure Plus are £165 here in the UK, and given at the time of making this video, you can get hold of the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2 for less than half that at around £80, which is what I paid. For me, it is a no contest. Nike still have the Structure Premium to come, not quite sure when, but I am hoping that perhaps addresses some of the shortcomings of the Structure Plus, but given the somewhat novelty nature and super maximal height of the Pegasus Premium and the Vomero Premium, I'm not so sure it will. So that's it. I'd be interested in your thoughts and opinions on the stability shoe segment of the market. Am I wrong about the Structure Plus? Other reviews I've seen seem to be a bit more positive. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more running content, and I'll see you next time.